Here's the video on the causes of World War I. It's our first video post-spring break. I'm doing this at home, so excuse me for the noise my children will be making over the next several minutes. This is our first video for Unit 5 and our first notebook page for Unit 5, so make a new title page that says Unit 5 World War II. Your left side for today is you need to make a graphic organizer in columns or rows with these 5 letters, which spell MANIA. And each letter is going to represent a cause of World War I. And then at the end, leave some room because you want to write a paragraph to a question that you'll see. Now, of course, the causes of World War I are very extensive and in some ways complicated. We're going to sort of water it down to the basic causes of World War I. So, MANIA, 5 basic causes of World War I. You might like learning about World War I because we actually get real photographs and stuff instead of just paintings and pictures of the past. Next year, it should be next year, you'll learn about the causes of World War I pertaining to the United States. About like the Lusitania, the ship that sank. We're right now not talking about how the U.S. got involved, but how the war began in general. So the first letter, M, is for militarism. Nations all throughout Europe and really the world were building up their militaries. That included the size of their armies and how much they were spending and things like that. The A is for alliances. There were lots of alliances post... Oh no, hold on here. Okay, he survived his injury. You want to know these 2 basic alliances. You have the Triple Entente, which rhymes with croissant, which is how you know it's the one with France. Britain, France, and Russia. And then the Triple Alliance was Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy. Okay, now the N stands for nationalism. Just like nationalism was a cause of imperialism, it was a cause of World War I. Because we already learned that nations thought they were superior to others, that they were better than others. And some countries, on the other hand, didn't want this independence. To be taken over. So now nationalism leads way to imperialism, which is the I. Nations were still holding on to colonies around the globe, like Germany and Belgium and England. And some countries wanted independence. Okay, we'll get into this more in depth. Now, the assassination is the straw that broke the camel's back. It's the spark that began the war. Archduke Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary was killed by Gavrilo Princip, who was a Serbian. Now, there's sort of an interesting story to this, which I'll give you the brief rundown here. The people that wanted independence for this area had a terrorist group called the Black Hand. And several members of this said, hey, the Archduke is coming to town. We are going to kill him. And each member got a revolver, and they got 2 bombs, and they also got cyanide. Now, of course, cyanide didn't look like that in a little bottle. That's a bit of a joke. But why did they get cyanide? Well, because in case they got caught, they would have to kill themselves. It's not revealed information. Okay, well then watch. So then the 7 members knew that the Archduke and his wife Sophie were going to drive through town on this way to this celebration of the victory of a battle. Now JFK should have noticed this because these 2 were driving in an open convertible. Not a good idea. Now the first person who was supposed to kill them was this guy Muhammad, but he got nervous and he did not shoot them. He said, oh, there's more people nearby, they can do it. Now the second guy did toss his bomb, but the Archduke's car sped up, and so it actually hit the car behind it, and it injured several people in the car behind him. Okay, so now the guy's like, oh, he didn't know if he killed them or someone else. So he ran away. He took the cyanide. The cyanide did not kill him. He jumped off a bridge, but the bridge was not very high, and he fell in the water, but the water was shallow. Hence, he did not commit suicide in any of the 3 ways. No, he was not able to commit suicide. So therefore, the Archduke's car knew, hey, these people are trying to kill us, so they sped up. So all the other people were not able to kill the Archduke. So they were like failures as assassinators. They said, this plan did not work. We'll have to try some other way, some other day. So the Archduke went to his ceremony as he left early because he wanted to see his companions who were now in the hospital. Now, Gavrilo Princip was sitting at a cafe eating a sandwich, and he was like, oh man, we are like the world's worst assassinators, feeling all sorry for himself. But wouldn't you know that the Archduke's car actually passed by? And he's like, well, now they passed me again. I lost yet another opportunity to kill the Archduke. But the driver made a wrong turn. So he had to back up. And Gavrilo shot them, and he killed both of them. And the Archduke was like, "Oh, Sophie, live for our children," but of course she didn't. Awful story. Okay, so Gavrilo was like, "Oh, great, now I have to kill myself." So he tried to, but someone caught him and held him down. So once again, these people were not good at killing themselves. Now, this is the question you want to answer in a paragraph. Did this man, Gavrilo Princip, this young person who eventually died of tuberculosis in jail, did he start the war? Or would this war have started already? You give me four sentences to tell me what you think. Now, once this assassination happened, a small little Balkan war, because of imperialism, became a global war. Because Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia, Russia went to Serbia, now Germany, the most militaristic country of the time, said, hey, now we're going to help Austria-Hungary, so on and so forth. All these countries get involved. U.S., by the way, doesn't get involved till several years later. So, the password, I'm not going to write it. You have to listen. Because my son is playing with a tambourine, the password of the day is tambourine. All right, see you after break. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And